Okay, so today we're going to talk about time. Through meditation, a lot of people can come up with this type of symbol when they meditate. They also see the Y symbol as well. And the reason why they come up with that symbol is time is actually a fluid component. However, it is unseen in our realm. Time is something that you can quantify here in our realm. However, there are more properties to it than just a quantity of time. Usually it's here down in this realm, it's X, Y, Z, and T. So you have the additional component. That's why Mr. Einstein couldn't develop anything past the speed of light, because at the speed of light there is a changing equation that can go past the speed of light. Right now it's not publicly defined, and let me explain a little bit. When Mr. Albert Einstein developed the equation, and in college I asked this question to my professor, I asked him why Mr. Einstein had dropped out of tau when he went through and derived it with the MGH. For those lay people who don't understand the math, and unfortunately I forgot a lot about it. The MGH is velocity, but when you integrate it, it becomes acceleration, 1/2 AT squared. So V equals 1/2 AT squared is the exchange, what velocity is and what its components are, the 1/2 AT squared. Now correct me if I'm wrong, but he used the MGH part of the equation, he integrated it, and at some point in time you have an alpha and a tau element to the equation. And he determined that the tau particle was so minute that even if you integrated it, it would still be negligible. However, when you get to the speed of light, it is not negligible. It is a different definition of an additional variable, such as velocity, such as acceleration. Okay? Time is a quantification, maybe, of certain events that are happening or will happen in the future. Now, time is not a set path. It's just like water. It's fluid. Okay? So it can be manipulated and changed. The events can be changed. Now, some scientific science fiction people assume that if a point in time is changed, it creates a huge domino effect. However, in my opinion, it does not. If the change is minute enough, it will be reassumed into the timeline that it was specified on its direct path. Okay? There is a timeline that we can deviate from, but it is generally set. You can change it. Okay? And a lot of people who have done studies in time have thought that that is the case as well. Okay? So, let's go back to this. Now, how do we explain Einstein's equation integrated into this? Now, I was never able to fully integrate the tau. I assume that the tau became an additional acceleration or velocity. Okay, variable, like variable. Okay, so this here, okay, let me show you, has a three-dimensional property. Let's assume that this is the start point. It is actually going to loop like this. Okay, do you see it? The bottom loop comes out towards you. It is a three-dimensional wave. It's either like this, or when you use a, is it chromatograph? You see this, but you notice part of the wave goes in when you look at one, and then it goes back, and then it goes out again, and then it goes back. So every single point, pretend this is the timeline here, every single point has an X, Y, Z, and T value. Okay? So you have three-dimensional value with respect to time. Okay? And you travel along that line, comes out, goes in. Do you notice? Obviously, you notice there's a pattern. However, okay, this point is X, Y, Z, T, 1, okay, and then for time's sake, I'm going to say that this is X, Y, Z, T, 2001, let's say, okay, different points. However, this comes out, this goes in, this goes in. There is a pattern that happens during that time, maybe, okay. Those might be so close that they might overlap each other, okay. Consequently, what is this shape right here? It's an elliptical shape. The Earth not only does a rotation, it also does a revolution. Okay? This space right here could possibly be a wormhole or a point of reference where something within that point, something happens repeatedly, 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 repeatedly. Okay, what happens every September? Fall. Okay? Over and over and over again, no matter what. The world has a certain pattern, and so does time. Okay? So, some people might think that there is a possibility to go in between the timelines. I'm going to stop right there. Okay? With people down here on the fourth dimension, however, it's a different case. We're traveling through all these timelines. Whoops, I went the wrong way. Yep. Okay. And this part here, the Y, is actually the convergence. Okay? People see this pattern as well. You could say it's an upside down triangle. You could say it's a right side up triangle. It could be a corner on a three-dimensional cube. Okay? It could be a corner of a tetrahedral cube. I think it was whatever that cube, the cube that is integrated 12 times is supposedly, or 11 times, is supposedly this is a corner point, maybe, okay? But this is what I see it as. X, Y, and Z. Maybe T is in the middle, okay? When all three of those points converge with time, then you have the ability to hop over time, okay? That's why maybe our light is actually keeping us alive, but at the same point in time, we don't rely upon actual light. Light and time have universal properties that are similar to each other. Okay? This maybe explains that when you are above the speed of light, you don't age. In fact, they had proven it. They had several very fast planes go Mach 9 and faster, and as the pilot traveled faster and faster towards the speed of light, he is losing time. And that's a general introduction to time.